Hello, my name is Bella Duro, and today I'm going to be talking about two very important Holocaust memorials. The two I will be discussing are the S Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., and the Berlin Memorial to the Murdered Jews in Berlin, Germany. The Holocaust was a very tragic event in history that will always be remembered, and making sure that the facts and the stories are properly shared is a very important thing. So many victims of the Holocaust were not able to share their stories of courage and strength that were displayed throughout this tragedy. This is why the memorials that have been built all over the world are so essential to giving the people back their voice. These memorials help to commemorate those victims and share the information in a proper and appropriate way. Here on my Padlet, you can see the Wall of Remembrance in the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. Then, next to it, you can see the Berlin Memorial to the Murdered Jews. The Wall of Remembrance uses faces to honor the victims. The Berlin Memorial does not use names, faces, or anything personal, while still honoring the victims. Here you can see the outside of the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., and then here is the Information Center in the Berlin Memorial to the Murdered Jews, which is located underground. The Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. is presented inside a building with many different memorials and ways to learn laid out across the building. The Berlin Memorial is 2,711 concrete slabs across 19,000 square meters. This memorial is completed by an underground information room with information on the victims and the locations. Down here you can see one of the exhibits in the United States Holocaust Museum, which is the shoe memorial that contains over 4,000 of victims' shoes. And then over here is another picture of the information center that is located underneath. This contains information about the victims, such as the dates that they were alive. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the United States Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. It is located adjacent to the National Mall and was opened on April 22, 1993. This museum was designed by American architect James Ingo Fried, whose family fled Germany during World War II. This museum was chaired by famous writer and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel. Upon the establishment of this museum, the council took on the task of creating a memorial to honor over 6 million Jews, along with the millions of others who perished at the hands of the Nazis. This includes the Roma, homosexuals, the handicapped or disabled, and Jehovah's Witnesses. The museum has a permanent exhibit that is named the Holocaust, and it is divided into 3 different parts, named Nazi Assault, Final Solution, and Last Chapter. This museum has photographs, artifacts, audio and video footage, and even large-scale installations such as a Polish rail car that was used during the Holocaust to transport Jews to concentration camps. In addition to its in-person collection of exhibits, this museum also seeks to advocate and educate through various programs, including the Center for Advanced Holocaust Studies and the Academy for Genocide Prevention. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Berlin Memorial to the Murdered Jews. This memorial consists of 2,711 concrete slabs over 19,000 square meters of land. It was built and completed on May 8, 2005 by United States architect Peter Eisenman. The foundation stone of this memorial was a Bundestag resolution that was passed on June 25, 1999 to complete a memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe. The concrete slabs are laid out in grid formation, giving the look of tombstones. All of these slabs vary in height. This memorial is located near the Brandenburg Gate and is one of the most impressive sites in Berlin. It is placed on a stretch that was a former death strip during the Holocaust. Located underneath the memorial on the southeastern side is an information center accessible by 2 flights of stairs or an elevator. This information center gives personal information about the victims and their families, including biographical details and recordings and information about memorial sites throughout Germany and Europe. When looking at both of these memorials, The virtual presentation and physical characteristics of the United States Holocaust Museum are much more appealing to the eye. I also feel like the facts and artifacts show the information a lot better at the United States Holocaust Museum. I feel like the Berlin Memorial to the Murdered Jews does not fully portray the information. For someone who does not know much about the Holocaust and is looking to gain more facts and information about this tragedy, I would most definitely recommend visiting the United States Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C.